this is cool. This is
It's just straight. All right, cool. What's going on, guys? Daze is here. He's got a session later on, and I'm just going to show you guys how to start a session in Logic, how to just create a basic session because people ask for that. So we're going to open up Logic. All right, cool. When I recorded this at first, I forgot a key crucial ingredient when you start a new session, and what you have to understand as someone who records himself is proper gain staging. And what I mean by that is getting an appropriate level from your microphone into your session so that when you send it to an engineer or you mix it, your levels don't look like tiny little scribbles. They actually look like a waveform. When you're recording in, you want your bar to be like where mine is here in my Apollo software. You just don't want too low or way too hot. You don't want to clip. That'll just mean like when the waveform is being converted digitally, it'll just, instead of how tape will naturally like compress the waveform, digitally, it'll just cut the top of it off. That's why it sounds like all distorted and shitty, basically. All right, so what we're gonna do now is just open a session. So in Logic, it's really easy. You can just hit Shift Control N. Like if I click the program here, this is for new sessions, by the way, not to open pre-existing ones. So now we're in Logic, because you can see it in the top left corner. I set mine so that it doesn't prompt me every time I open a session. I just have it do nothing. I'll show you guys how to do that after I start the session. So what you want to do is just hit Shift Command N, and that will make you a brand new session. And it'll open up this window. This window will always be something that it'll ask you, whether it's you want audio, software, external, whatever. Let's just do software instrument, which is just a MIDI instrument. Just hit create, boom, there it is. There's your new session. This is just a blank session. This isn't if you were opening up a template or wanting to create a template. Now say that I wanted to save this as a template so that when I open up a new session and I want it to be a template, all you gotta do is click File, Save as a Template, and it'll save whatever you have on your screen as a template you can use on the startup. So I'll show you one of my templates. So what you want to do is click File, New from Template, or Command N instead of Shift Command N, and it'll prompt you from whatever templates you have. Like they have project templates, demo templates. I have this really simple start tracking template for new people. So boom, there it is. And that's pretty much it in terms of opening a session. If you guys want to know how I set up everything to open for me, you can stick around, but that's basically it on how to open sessions in Logic. Now for me, when I load the program, I like to have it not do anything. Like I don't like it asking me to open up a previous session. I just don't like that screen that pops up. So I made it just tell me to do nothing because I just want to have a clean slate when I start a new session, unless I'm using my recording templates, which I've saved. But if it's just me making a beat, I like to start fresh. Hey, that's just me, but other people are different. Other people are weird. Anyway, so this is how to get your Logic basically ready for everything. And if you want it to look like mine, so you would click Logic Pro, Preferences, General. So in here, this is where you find your startup action. That's what it's telling you, like, do you want a template? Do you want this or that? I just tell it to do nothing. And then from here, also make sure to check your audio preferences. Make sure that your input and output device is set to the interface or whatever you're using. And if you're recording, make sure it's at 128 or 256 samples. If you're mixing, you can go 512, 1024, depending on how crazy of a mix you're really doing. So for me, I'll put 256. And then for the people who didn't click the advanced editing options right here, just in the advanced tab, make sure to enable the complete features so that you can get the whole experience of Logic and not just glorified GarageBand, which some of y'all are using. All right, cool. Yeah. So if you want the background of Logic to be light, here, let me show you. When I start a new session, you click File, New, or Shift Command N on the keyboard, and that'll open up a new session. So in here, I just have Labs by Spitfire Audio. So this is what my sessions would look like at the start. And I know a lot of people pretty much have this as their starting bar, which actually is pretty dope. I just like to see minutes and seconds. So to change how you see your control bar, go to custom, and it should pop up with something like this. But if you want to change it even more, you can customize it however you want. So these are all your options. I always want to have low latency, monitoring mode, and Varispeed, and of course tempo and your sample rate. If you want your background in Logic to look like this, you would go to Logic Pro, Preferences, General, and then on the display setting, you click Appearance, you make it light, and then on your tracks, I like to have colored tracks, not just a blue, 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 blue. So I have to have it as, you know, the tracks get assigned the 96 colors instead of static, the region color as the track color, and I also have my marker as 96 colors, and my background is bright as well. So yeah, that's just how you start a session. Here, let me see if it should be loaded in something. There it is. that's just how you start a session. It's pretty simple. Yeah, let me know if you guys want any more just random like quick things that are straight to the point. I don't like to make these too long. And I'm gonna get to the session that I have with Daze here. So